Hello, my yarny friends. I'm Sara Sach, and welcome to Friday Fun with Sara. Today's project is this fun beach toy bag. Now, I made it in such a way that it has these nice big holes so you can rinse the sand out of your beach toys, pack them up, and take it home, and then you can toss this bag in the wash. Now, it's a great size. It measures from here to the bottom about 12 inches, and it's about 16 inches around. It fits a lot of fun toys, and the truth is you can use this at the pool, at the lake, at the beach, in your backyard, anywhere you need a fun mesh style bag. I think it's just perfect for the toys we take to the beach because of all the sand. And I love the way the bag turned out because we represent the sand and the ocean. It's so pretty. And again, if you don't need a toy bag, there are lots of other uses. You could even use it for a small produce bag. And don't forget, you can find the complete pattern with lots of pictures on my blog. And as always, I'll put that blog link down in the notes underneath this video. To make the Beach Toys bag, you're going to need 2 ounces of 2 different colors of cotton. Now, the color that we used for the body of the bag is Peaches and Cream Stripey, and that color is called Evening Sea. And this is a little bit that we have left after making the body of the bag, and you can see the beautiful colors that are in there. It does look like the sea in the evening. All right, so you're going to need 2 ounces of that, and then you're going to need 2 ounces of a solid, or it could be that you want to do the whole bag in one color, so you'll need a total of 4 ounces. And I chose to go with this beige, and it was really interesting as I was making this bag. I used the beige for the bottom and the top of the bag, and then the variegated or stripy yarn for the body of the bag. And I really loved how it was a play with the color of sand and the color of the water. And it just came out perfect, in my opinion, for those beach toys. Of course, you can use it for lots of other things as well. So, 2 ounces of 2 types of colors, or 4 ounces total. All right. I used all medium weight cotton number 4 yarns. We're going to be stitching today with our eye hook, which is a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. And that's because we want to keep it open and lacy so that we can rinse this out for our toys at the beach or at the pool or just in the backyard playing. And then we can toss it in the wash with no problems. And then besides that, you need a needle for weaving in ends and a pair of scissors. And of course, some beach toys. We'll be starting at the bottom of the bag and then working our way up to the handle. So I'm going to start with my color 2, actually. We're going to start with that slip knot, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over, pull it through that loop, and snug that down, and then we'll tie that stay knot. Now, if you prefer to use the magic circle here or another method, you certainly can. All right, so we're going to put our hook in, pull up a loop, and chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this chain 4 counts as a double crochet chain 1. And so now we're going to stitch 9 more double crochet chain 1, so we have a total of 10. You'll also notice that I'm stitching over my tail of yarn. That way I can close up that hole and weave that in relatively easily. So I'm stitching 9 more double crochet chain 1s in my chain 5 circle. All right, let's see how many I've stitched. So here's our chain 4 we began with that counted as our first one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I need one more because we had the chain 4 and then we're stitching 9 more, so we have a total of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's my chain 1. I'm going to join to the third chain of that beginning chain 4 with a slip stitch. Now I'm going to slip stitch in that first chain 1 space and chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we'll go ahead and turn this over. I'm going to grab my needle. We're going to pull on that string, and just FYI, it is raining and pouring outside, and you might hear a little thunder and lightning. Don't worry. I've got a backup generator and it won't stop us a bit. All right, so I'm just weaving this in. Now come back the way that I came. There we go. And that's all nice and snug, and we'll just cut that off. And so for round 1, we have 10 sets of double crochet chain 1. Then we slip stitched in that first chain 1 space and chained 4. So our chain 4 counts as a double crochet chain 1. Now we're going to double crochet in the next double crochet and chain 1. Now we're going to double crochet in the next chain 1 space and chain 1. Now we'll double crochet in the next double crochet and chain 1. Then double crochet in the chain 1 space and again chain 1. And this is our repeat working all the way around. A double crochet in the double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet in the chain 1 space and chain 1. And we'll continue to repeat this working around. Double crochet in the chain 1 space, double crochet in the double crochet with chain 1s in between each of our double crochets. I have completed round 2. We double crocheted in each chain 1 space and chained 1. Then we double crocheted in each double crochet and chained 1. So you have 20 sets of double crochet chain 1. All right, we're going to join to the third chain of that chain 4. And now we're going to slip stitch in the chain 1 space again. And this time we're just going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And now we're going to double crochet in that same chain 1 space. And then chain 1. And so for row 3, we're going to be stitching 2 double crochets in each of the chain 1 spaces and chain 1. 2 double crochets in the chain 1 space and chain 1. Two double crochets in each of the chain 1 spaces and chain 1, working all the way around for row 3. And we'll continue to repeat this and join back to the chain 3. So I completed round 3, and we have 20 sets of 2 double crochet chain 1. All right, so now we're going to join to that chain 3 with a slip stitch, and we're just going to chain 1. And what we're going to do for row 4 or round 4 is we're going to stitch a single crochet in each of the double crochets and a single crochet in each of the chain 1 spaces. So 1 double crochet in the 2 double crochets and 1 double crochet in the chain 1 space. All right, 1 double crochet in the 2 double crochets and 1 double crochet in the chain 1 spaces, working all the way around, and we'll join back to that first single crochet. I placed a single crochet in each double crochet and chain 1 space, working all the way around. And so we're going to join to that first single crochet with a slip stitch, and we're going to cut our yarn because we're going to change colors. So I'm going to bring in my beautiful color of the ocean. Snug that down. There we go. And now we're going to single crochet again a row around. So we'll place a single crochet in each of those single crochets around. Now, if you're doing yours all in one color, you don't have to do the color change here. But because we're using 2 different colors, we change to our new color and we're stitching 1 single crochet in each of the single crochets around. I have completed round 5, which is just a single crochet in each of the single crochets around. So we're going to join to that first single crochet of that row with a slip stitch and chain 3. Now we're going to stitch a double crochet in the next single crochet and chain 1. Our chain 3 counts as our first double crochet, and then we double crocheted in the next and chained 1. We're going to skip the next stitch and stitch a double crochet in the next 2 stitches and chain 1. We'll skip the next and stitch a double crochet in the next 2 and chain 1. Skip 1, 1 double crochet in the next 2. Chain 1, skip 1, 1 double crochet in the next 2. And I think you're catching on to what our repeat is for row 6. All right, so we're going to continue this around. Double crochet in the next 2 stitches, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Whoops, got caught on my yarn bowl over there. All right, and chain 1. You may notice that it's going to start curling a little bit because we're going to begin making the sides of our bag. And so it will start to curl up. This is going to be the outside, so you'll end up with it curling up this way. All right, so we'll continue stitching this all the way around. Double crochet in the next 2 stitches, chain 1, skip 1, and repeat all the way around. And then we'll join back to our chain 3. So I have completed row 6, 1 double crochet in the next 2, chain 1, skip 1, and repeat all the way around. Here's my last 2 double crochets, my chain 1, my skipped stitch, and so now I'm going to join to the chain 3 with a slip stitch, and now I'm going to slip stitch in that next double crochet, and then chain 3. And the reason we started this row this way is because this row is our cross stitch row. And so what we're going to do is we're going to cross back and double crochet in that stitch that we skipped, and chain 1. And see how that looks? It's a cross or an X. All right, so we chained 1. We're going to skip that first double crochet and double crochet in the second double crochet of the next set of 2. And now we're going to cross back, and we'll go from behind to the front and stitch a double crochet in that skipped stitch, and that makes it twist or cross. All right, and that's what we're going to be doing on row 7. We're going to chain 1, go to the second double crochet of the next set of 2, stitch a double crochet, then we'll cross back and stitch a double crochet in that skipped stitch, and chain 1. And this is the way that row 7 is worked. It's very important that you remember to put that chain 1 in between your cross stitches, because if you don't, it'll pull that bag in too much. We want it to remain open and loose so it's easy to shake the sand out and wash. All right, so we're going to repeat this, working all the way around. Chain 1, double crochet in the second double crochet of the next set of 2, and then cross back and double crochet in that skipped stitch. Chain 1 and repeat, working all the way around our bag. And then I'll show you how to join back when we get back around here. I have completed row 7, which is our cross stitch row. Here's my last cross stitch, chain 1. And how you join to this row is you're going to join to that double crochet before you cross stitched over. So you want to join here, not here, okay? So we're going to join here with our slip stitch, and then we're going to chain 3. This next row is going to be exactly what we did down here. So we'll double crochet in the next double crochet, chain 1, go over here to the next double crochet, and stitch 1 double crochet in those 2. So it's just a regular row like we did down here. So 1 double crochet in the 2 double crochets, even though they're crossed, we don't stitch them that way. Chain 1 and repeat, oops, all the way around. Now this can be just a little bit confusing. So what I like to do is kind of look at it from the top. Here's our skipped chain, and then we'll double crochet in those next 2 sets of loops. And chain 1. There's the skipped chain right there, and then 1 double crochet in the next 2. And that's the way that row 8 is done. Really simple. Chain 1, 1 double crochet in the next 2 double crochets. and chain 1. And we'll repeat this, working all the way around and join back to our chain 3. I have completed round 8, which is 1 double crochet in the 2 double crochets, chain 1, skip that chain 1 space, and 1 double crochet in the next 2. And we repeated this all the way around. And so now we're going to join to that chain 3 with a slip stitch. And so to do the remaining portion of our bag, stitching it all the way up, you're going to continue to repeat row 7, which is the cross stitch row, and row 8, which is the regular double crochet row. You'll repeat that for 10 more rows, alternating row 7 and row 8 every other row. All right? So we're going to repeat row 7 and row 8 for 10 more rows, alternating our rows. So I have completed those additional 10 rows, which brings us up to row 18. And you can see I alternated every other row from the 2 double crochets to the twist, 2 to the twist, 2 to the twist, or the cross stitch, and then we end on a row of the 2 double crochets with the chain 1s in between. So I'm going to cut my yarn, and I'm going to bring back in my brown color, or my sand color that I used down here. All right, so let's get around here where we started. And we'll bring back in that brown color. So we're going to chain 3, counts as our first double crochet. We're going to double crochet in this next double crochet. And then we're going to double crochet in that chain 1 space. And so what we're going to be doing for row 19 is just stitching a solid row of double crochets. So we'll double crochet in each of the 2 double crochets and then double crochet in the chain 1 space. And we'll do this working all the way around the top of our bag. One double crochet in the 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet in the chain 1 space, and repeat, working all the way around the top of our bag. And then we'll join back to that first chain 3. I have completed round 19, 1 double crochet in each of the double crochets and chain 1 spaces, and that gives us a solid row of double crochet around. I joined to the top of that chain 3 and chained 3. And so for round 20, we're just going to place 1 double crochet in each of those double crochets around. And this is just going to give us a nice strong band around the top of our bag. And so we are placing 1 double crochet in each of the double crochets, working all the way around, and then again join back to our chain 3. I stitched that next row, which was row 20, again just 1 double crochet, so we have 2 rows of solid double crochets. We joined to the chain 3 and we only chained 1. So for row 21 or round 21, we're just going to stitch a single crochet in each of the double crochets around. And after we stitch this single crochet, this row or round of single crochet, we're going to add the handle. And then we'll be done. I hope you've really enjoyed making this bag, because I sure have. And I'm sure my grandkids are going to get lots of use out of it. All right, so I'm stitching 1 single crochet in each of the double crochets around. So I stitched 1 single crochet in each of the double crochets around. I joined to my first single crochet and chained 1. And now we're going to begin making the handle. And so what we're going to do is we're going to stitch a single crochet in the next 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to chain 1 and turn and stitch 1 single crochet in those 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chain 1 and turn. And we'll continue to repeat this for the length of our handle. One single crochet in each of the 6 stitches, chain 1 and turn. And so what we're going to do is we're going to continue to repeat row 23, which is chain 1, turn, 1 single crochet in each of those 6 single crochet stitches, and we're going to repeat this for 21 more rows. Now that's not a real long handle. It's just enough to give it a little bit of a bucket fill. And if you want the handle longer, you can of course make it longer. So we're going to be repeating row 23 for 21 more rows. So I've stitched those additional 21 rows. So you'll have a total of 24 rows on your handle. Now we're keeping it a little bit short because we want it to be able to slide over their arm and carry their toys, or use it as a short handle. All right, if you want that handle to be longer, you of course can add more rows. So what we're going to do is we've laid it out flat, and now we're going to line it up to the other side of our bag. All right, we're just going to set it right on there. You can count the amount of stitches on both sides and make sure it's centered. There's my chain 1, and now we're just going to line that up, and we're going to single crochet across, stitching 1 single crochet in those 6 stitches. All right, so we've stitched on that handle. We're going to cut our yarn and tie that off. And we have a few ends to weave in. Of course, we need to make sure that we weave this one in securely because there's going to be a lot of pull and tug on this handle. But we also have where we joined in our brown here and where we joined in our variegated down here where we need to weave those in. All right, so I'm going to just make another little stitch here because you know there's going to be some pull and tug on the edge of that handle. And then I'm going to go inside the bag and weave that in securely. All right, so now my bag is all ready to add some toys inside. It has a nice size handle that can go right over your wrist or hang on, because remember, it's going to get stretched a little bit. And if you make it too long, it's going to really get stretched out. So I took a few minutes and weaved in the other ends of my bag. And now I have a fun bag ready to fill with all my beach toys. And remember, it's nice and stretchy, so it's going to be able to fit all those fun toys inside.